For me, the best way to think about this is as a physical shortcut pad. You could use it for media controls, volume, mute, app switching, editing shortcuts, streaming shortcuts, Photoshop tools, timeline controls, or macros you use all the time but don't want to bury under layers. For a normal keyboard, shortcuts are technically already there, but I gotta say there's a different feeling when you have a device on your desk that says, these are my controls. So if your workflow has a lot of repetitive actions, I think the SK30 becomes really interesting. It can turn those repeated tasks into muscle memory and make your setup feel a lot more efficient. It's kind of like giving your desk a small physical control panel, and it may sound unnecessary until you use those same 5 commands 50 times a day, and then it starts to make a lot more sense. For me personally, as a gamer, I like to use a compact board, but I also do editing and productivity work on my machine, and the SK30 gives me back some of that lost functionality without permanently taking up desk space. I can hide it off the desktop when I'm gaming and bring it back when I do need those extra controls. So it's very convenient with it being Wi-Fi. All that being said, the elephant in the room is most people are not going to need this thing. If your desk is simple, your workflow is simple, or you already like everything on your main keyboard, this might just become another thing taking up space. And because it is a 30% layout, it is not something I would recommend as a normal everyday keyboard, unless you somehow specifically enjoy tiny layouts and a bunch of layers. The SK30 makes the most sense when you already know what jobs you want to give it. And without that, it can almost feel like buying a solution and then trying to invent the problem afterwards. So, who is the SK30 for? I think it's for people who already have a main keyboard they like, especially gamers with smaller layouts, but maybe want a second layer of physical controls. It's for editors, streamers, creators, power users, people with laptop setups, or anyone who wants a small wireless board they can move around the desk pretty easily. Because it does have tri-mode connectivity, makes it very easy to treat as a flexible desk accessory instead of being committed to a permanent part of a setup. And because it supports Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android, it has more room to be used across devices than a lot of PC-specific desktop accessories. Overall, the Womier SK30 is not a keyboard I would tell everyone to buy, but I do think it is a lot more interesting than it looks at first. It's not trying to win by replacing your main keyboard. It wins if it makes the small repeated parts of your day feel smoother. So the real test is simple. Can you name 5 shortcuts or controls you would put on this before buying it? If yes, the SK30 could genuinely be a useful little companion for you. If not, it'll probably just become a really cool looking desk accessory.